Alright, let's proceed. So we have the stresses in beams. I am Samuel Ibulolakaw, your instructor for today. So this is under theory of structures of the architecture course or program. Now, let's discuss first the stresses in beam since hindi pa natin to na-tackle, di ba? So we tackled all about the beams and stability, the reactions, the forces, but pagdating sa stresses, hindi pa natin siya na-tackle. So, yan. Forces and couples acting on the beam cause bending stress and shearing stress on any cross section of the beam and deflection perpendicular to the longitudinal axis in the beam. So let's write or let's draw a beam, a simple beam. And then based on the definition, the forces and then the couples acting on the beam causes a bending stress or shearing stress. So let's say for example we have here a point load P. Usually once na meron po dyan nag-act na force, meron po yung deflection or nagkakaroon ng bending itong ating beam. So yung force na yan, nagkukause siya dito ng bending. Ayan na po yung tatawagin nating bending stress. Or tinatawag din natin minsan na usually na flexural stress. So, since meron pong stress, nagkakaroon ng bending dito sa ating beam. Although hindi pa natin siya totally kita with our naked eye, no? So, nagkakaroon din po ng deflection. Wherein yung deflection, ayan po yung distance ng pag-deflect ng ating beam to from its original form. So, kunyari, straight siya dito, nagkaroon ng changes in the form ng ating beam. Ayan po yung deflection. If the couples are applied to the ends of the beam and no forces act on it, the bending is said to be pure bending. If forces produce the bending is called ordinary bending. So, yan po yung ating stresses in beams. So, let's try to focus muna dito sa bending stress. Or yung tinatawag nating flexural stress. The stresses caused by the bending moment are known as the flexural or bending stress. In this case, meron po tayong equation na the bending stress is equivalent to the moment or the bending moment times the c or the distance from the neutral axis to the outer edge of the beam over the I or the centroidal moment of inertia. Meron po tayong ma-solve na bending moment. So, for example, meron po tayong figure. Ito po yung ating beam, simply supported beam. Tapos, meron po tayong load ito. So, meron po tayong bending ditong ma-observe, which is this one. Okay? Kung ikakaloon tayo ng details nito, let's say sa beam, ganito po yung magiging itsura ng beam. Ganito yung exaggerated form ng ating beam. Naka-bending, naka-curve. Kasi po ito, naka-curve na po yan, no? Kasi nagbe-bend po yung ating beam. So, from the top side ng ating beam, sa upper side, meron po yung compression. Kasi po, kung ma-observe natin, kapag yan nagkaroon ng load, magbe-bend yan. Itong mga part dito sa taas, sa may upper part, mako-compress po. Yan. Nagko-compress po yan. Kaya, usually, nako-compress or in compression yung nasa baba. Wherein dito sa baba, baba naman, dito naman po nagkakaroon ng tension. Kasi, kung ito na compress, pag ganito, ito naman po, nagkakaroon ng tension dito sa nahihila po yung nasa ilalim. Okay? So kaya kung ma-observe nyo po usually sa mga beam section natin, let's say ganyan, may ma-observe kayo na dito sa taas, 2 lang, tapos yung dito naman sa baba, 3 o kaya naman 5 pong bakal, no? Ang sagot po dyan is ito yung design natin na compression and then tension. Okay? So usually po, since yung material natin na ginagamit pagdating sa ating mga beam is usually concrete. Yung concrete po, as we all know, malakas po siya sa compression. Yung concrete material. In compression, malakas siya. Kasi kahit i-compress natin yan, mabuo pa rin yung ating concrete. Pero kapag tension naman, mahina po yung ating concrete. Kaya, pinaghahalo po natin yung bakal wherein yung steel bar is malakas sa tension force. Kaya maglalagay po tayo ng tension reinforcement dito sa mga sa ibaba na part ng concrete or ng beam. Kasi dito, intention po yung behavior ng concrete. So kung intention yan, kapag wala po yung reinforcement, automatic masisira po yung nasa ilalim na part. Kaya naglalagay tayo ng tension reinforcement or yung steel bar natin. Okay, so before that, additional formula. So from the statics din po, na-discuss na itong force na to, bending stress. So originally, meron po tayong MC over I na formula. Pero pwede pa po yan nating mapalitan since yung I over C po, I over C is equivalent to S o yung tinatawag po nating section modulus. Yan. And it is usually denoted by unit of mm raised to 3. So kung ito po, kapag kasi nilagay natin siya sa baba, magiging reciprocal siya, no? So magiging siyang I over C. So kung yung I over C papalitan natin ng S, yung magiging equation natin is M over S lang. Okay? Kapag S po yung given. So usually, nakalagay naman po siya sa problem. So since we are talking about the bending stress, hindi po mawawala dyan yung centroidal moment of inertia natin. No? O yung I. So in this case, meron po tayong different equation na kailangang i-consider pagdating sa I. So for the shape of square, yung centroid po natin is nasa gitna lang po yan, no? Centroid meaning nasa yung gitna, no? So meron po tayong centroid na B over 2, yung kalahati lang ng base, o kaya naman height over 2. Wherein yung centroidal moment of inertia natin is ito po yung usually centroidal moment of inertia natin. Meron tayong BH cube over 12 or 1 over 12 BH cube. Okay, dito lang po tayo titingin na lang kasi baka malito kayo, ang daming formula. Kapag naman po nakabaliktad siya, considering the y direction, magiging b cube over h lang siya. So wag lang kayo malilito with this one. Kapag naman po triangular, meron tayong bh cube over 36. Tapos, yung centroid natin is b over 3 or h over 3. Tapos, dito naman po, b over 3. Okay, ito naman po, kung ma-observe nyo, 2/3 ng base yan. So, next, we have the circle. Yung centroid niya is syempre nasa gitna, which is the radius. So, kapag naman moment of inertia, meron po tayong pi r raised to 4 over 4. And then, kapag naman po semicircle, meron tayong radius pagdating dito sa isang side. Pero sa gitna po niyan, ito po yung magiging height. 4/3 over 4r over 3 pi. Tapos, ito na lang din po yung i-memorize natin or i-familiarize. 0.1098 r raised to 4. And then, kapag naman quarter circle, ito naman po yung ating centroid. And ito naman po yung ating moment of inertia. Okay? So, for the next one, meron po tayong section modulus. So, from here, meron po tayong section modulus ng rectangular section. We have 1 over 6 BH squared. Yung S natin. And then, this one naman, meron ganito, yung S. And kapag bilog naman po is pi over 30 to d cube. And then, kapag merong hollow section dito, ito po yung magiging equation natin. Pero usually, mga given natin is hindi naman mga complicated shapes. For the maximum moment, considering simply supported beam only, meron po tayong for point load, ito yung kailangan nating i-memorize, no? Yung maximum moment natin dyan is PL over 4. Okay, so kahit po hindi na tayo mag-solve or mag-drawing ng shear and moment diagram, yung maximum moment po natin is always equivalent to PL over 4. Okay, so for example, this one is equivalent to 10 and then the length is equivalent to 3. So, yung reaction, syempre, kalahati ng 10, tag 5 yan. So, using this equation, meron tayong 10 times 3 over 4. So, 30 divided by 4, so meron po tayong ilan? 7.5. So, yung magiging maximum moment natin dito is, since this one is kilonewton, ito naman meter. So, 7.5 kilonewton meter. Ganyan po yung ating maximum moment. Pagdating naman po sa uniform load, W, meron tayong WL squared over 8. So, yung mga example natin last time, meron tong 15, tapos ito naman 6. Try natin i-solve yung maximum moment kapag 15, tsaka 6 meters. Ito yung example natin parati, no? So, gamitin natin 15. Yung length natin is 6 meters squared over 8. Okay, so this one is equivalent to, so meron po tayong 67.5. Which is, ito po yung parating maximum moment natin doon sa na-solve natin, no? And then, for cantilever beam, yung maximum moment natin is PL lang po. And then, kapag naman distributed load, we have WL squared over 2. Okay, kaya pwede nating ma-solve yung maximum bending stress natin using the following MC over I. Kapag hinahanap sa atin is maximum bending moment, ibig sabihin yung M dito, yung moment is dapat maximum din po. Okay? So, paano natin makukuha yung maximum moment? Through shear and moment diagram, o kaya naman, gamit na lang po itong mga formula na to. Okay, next. Try to solve for the sample problem number 1. Let's try to solve pala. Kasi kasama ako mag-solve. So first, simply supported beam is subjected to the loading as shown in the figure 2-1. Determine the absolute maximum bending stress in the beam if the beam has a rectangular cross-section as shown in the figure 2-1. Ito po, B. Also draw the bending stress diagram. Okay, so for this one po, meron po tayong mga given. So this one is a uniform load, no? Tapos simply supported beam. So ang hinahanap natin is absolute maximum bending stress. So we are talking about FB, which has a formula of MC over I. Pero this one is maximum. Maximum moment. So we can use this formula o kaya naman we can use for the M over S, wherein yung S is equivalent to BH squared over 2 or over 6. Pero kahit alin dito yung gamitin natin, pwede naman. Okay, now, gamitin na lang natin itong una, yung MC over I. So for this one, ito po yung ating beam. So for this beam, meron tayong 5 cm and then 10 cm. Pero kailangan natin silang i-convert into meters kasi po naka-meters ito lahat. Okay? So para sa 5 cm, meron po itong equivalent na 0.05. And then this one is 0.1 meter. So, try to write the formula muna, MC. Maximum po yung M over I. Maliit lang yung C. Unahin po natin yung M kasi wala tayong moment, no? Pero in our case, meron tayong uniform load under simply supported beam. So, yung M max natin dito, based from our discussion, ito po yung itsura niyan, no? Ito. Merong uniform load, tapos simply supported beam. Yung M max natin is WL squared over 8. WL squared over 8. So, from our figure, meron tayong 2 kilonewton meter. So, yan na po yung W. Multiplied natin ng 4 meters as our length squared over 8. So, for this one, meron tayong value that is equivalent to 4, 16, 32 divide 8. So, meron po tayong 4 kilonewton meter. And ito na po yung M max. Since we have the M max, meron na tayong nito. Yung C naman po, based from our definition, distance from the neutral axis to the outer edge of the beam. Nasaan na yung beam natin? Ito. Yung neutral axis po, kapag nasa beam, is ayan po yung distance. Usually, yung neutral axis is nasa gitna po. Ano po? Ito po yung C. So, usually, yung C po natin dito is equivalent to kalahati. H over 2. So, kaya dito po, usually po yan sa kapag rectangular. So, dito yung H na, ay yung C natin is kalahati po ng 0.1, which is 0.05 meter. Ito po yung ating C. So, meron na tayong C, meron tayong M. So, para naman po sa I, so from our discussion, meron tayong I formula that is equivalent to ito. BH cube over 12. So, let's write the BH cube over 12 para dito. Base times height raised to 3 over 12. So, yung base natin dito is 0.05. 0.05. Yung height naman natin is 0.1 raised to 3 over 12. So, this one has a value of 4.167 times 10 raised to negative 6. Tapos, yung unit natin dito is M, meters raised to 4. So, yan po yung ating M. So, lahat po ng given is meron na tayo. So, meron po tayong formula ng MC over I. Wherein yung M is equivalent to 4. Yung C naman is 0.05. Yung I naman po is 4.167 times 10. Times 10 Ito nakasulat. Times 10 raised to negative 4 and negative 6. So for this one, meron tayong ma-solve na equivalent bending stress that is equivalent to 48,000. So para naman po sa unit, ilalagay natin yung unit dito. Meron tayong kilonewton meter. This one, yung 0.05 is meters. Ito naman po is m raised to 4. So para dito, itong m tsaka m magiging kilonewton m squared over m4. Okay? Ma-cancelled out po yung m dito. Matitira, mayroong dalawang matitira dyan. Squared. So kaya, ang kakalabasan, kilonewton meter squared. Okay? Wherein yung kilonewton over meter squared is equivalent to kilopascal. Okay? Kasi yung newton meter squared is pascal. Since merong kilo, meron din po ditong kilo. Okay? Kilopascal. So this one is kilopascal. That is the final answer para dito sa number 1. Picture. That is the final answer. 48,000. Maliit pala yung sulat ko. Zoom in ko na lang. Okay, for the next problem, ito na po yung ating problem number 2. Alright, so let's try to solve for the sample problem number 2. So we have a simply supported beam. It has a rectangular cross-section 120 mm wide and a 200 mm high. Ito po yung width natin, and then this one is also the height. From this, we need to compute the maximum bending stress in the beam. As you can see, meron po tayong uniform load, and at the same time, meron tayong point load at 2 meters from the left support. So based on our formulas which na-discuss natin kanina, for maximum moment, wala po ditong combination ng point load tsaka maximum or point load and then uniform load. Pero pwede po siyang makombine. Depende po sa nature nitong loads. Kunyari, ito kasing point load. Itong point load natin na P, dito sa number 1. Dapat po nasa gitna po siya nag-act or L over 2. Para magamit natin itong PL over 4. Pero since yung ating example is nasa 2 meters, ito, hindi siya nasa gitna, hindi po natin pwedeng magamit yung PL over 4. Pero if in case na andito sa gitna yan, pwede nyo gamitin yung maximum moment is PL over 4 plus WL squared over 8. Pero in our case, this one is hindi pwede. Kaya ang gagamitin po natin ditong method is shear and moment diagram. Okay, para malocate natin yung maximum moment. Okay, so for this one, pwede natin gamitin po yung function, and at the same time, pwede din natin magamit yung ating beam. So, pwede natin mag-drawing kahit anong method, basta makuha nyo po yung maximum moment. Okay, so first is to solve for its reaction. So, meron tayong RA, and then we also have RB. So, para naman po sa RA natin and RB, so, pwede tayong mag-moment, summation moment at A, equivalent to 0. So, counterclockwise is positive. We have RB times 3. Ito po. And then, we also have minus. Ito na kasi pag ganito. Ito nang lahat pag ganito na yan. So, minus na natin. We have 15 times 2 minus 6 times 3 para maging point load and then 1.5. So for this one, meron tayong RB na masosolve which is equivalent to, we have 19 for RB. And then for RA naman po, pwede nating masolve RA plus 19 plus equivalent to 15 plus 6 times 3. So we have 18 plus 15, 33 minus 19. For the RA, meron po tayong 14 kilonewton. Okay, for this one po, we have, sulat natin dito, 14 kilonewton. Then RB is 19. So we can draw this shear and moment diagram. Okay naman, pwede tayong gumamit ng function. So para dito, now we can solve or determine the maximum moment na po using, let's try to use the using the beam load, since ayan yung last topic natin na para fresh pa sa atin. So first, we need to draw the shear diagram. This one is the shear diagram. So for this one, wait, let's, okay, kasama siya. Nakasama talaga. Yan. So para sa shear, meron tayong syempre first upward reaction A 14. And then we also have here, isulat natin pala, VA is equivalent to 14 kilonewton. Para naman po sa VD, since meron tayong sudden load, ito po 15, so magkakaroon tayo ng VD1 and VD2. For VD1, retain natin yung 14, tapos minus kasi downward po yung uniform load. So meron po tayong minus 6, tapos yung length niya is 2. So 6 times 2. Okay, so this one is equivalent to 14 minus 12. So this one is 2 kilonewton. Lagyan natin as 2 kilonewton. Next, para sa VD2, we have 2 kilonewton. Bawasan natin ng downward 15. So minus 15. So this one is equivalent to negative 13 kilonewton. Plot natin negative 13. Yan. Next, or last is the VE. VE1, of course, meron tayong sudden change ng load, which is the reaction. Meron po tayong negative 13. Bawasan natin ulit ng downward na 6. So, meron tayong minus 6 times 1. So, this one is equivalent to negative. Minus, magiging po siyang negative 13 plus 6. So, we have 19 kilonewton. For the last one, we have VE2 or the shear at E. Meron tayong negative 19 and then we have the upward force plus 19. So this one is equivalent to 0. So plotting the shear diagram, meron po tayong ganitong drawing. Kay trapezoidal po. So, ma-observe natin at this point, nag-zero yung ating shear. So, usually po, kapag naandyan yung zero shear natin, diyan din po yung maximum moment. Let's check. So, para sa moment naman po, drawing tayo ng moment. Para sa moment at A, so that is equivalent to 0. So, para sa moment at D na po, 0 po kasi wala naman po tayo dyan a moment sa may support. So, at moment at D, ang gagawin po natin, kukunin lang po natin yung area nitong ating shear diagram. So, from shear diagram, meron tayong trapezoidal na na equation. So first, meron po tayong 0. So dagdagan natin kasi ito po nasa plus, nasa itaas po siya ng 0. Ito naman minus. So plus 1/2 14 plus 2 times height. Yung height natin dito is ito po, yung length, 2 meters. So yung formula po ng trapezoid natin, area ng trapezoid, 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. Okay, so for this one, meron po tayong mga solve na 14 plus 2, we have 16 kilonewton meter. Alright, para sa MD, para naman po sa ME, so we have, retain natin yung 16. Meron tayong 16, pero babawasan po natin siya kasi nasa negative side na po tayo. Okay, so minus 1/2 again, negative, absolute value, 13 plus 19 times 1, kasi 1 meter po ito. Alright, so we have 32 divided by 2, so that is also 16. So, mangyayari po, we have 16 minus 16. So, yung ME po natin is 0. Moment at E. So, kung ma-observe nyo yung MD po is 16. So, usually, yan na po yung pinakamalaki. Kasi at point 2, at point D pala na andun yung maximum shear. So, i-plot natin. From 0, nagkaroon tayo ng 16. And at the same time, meron po tayong 0. So, for this, ito po is decreasing in nature, decreasing. Tapos, nasa positive. So, ganito po yung drawing natin. And at the same time, ito naman po is increasing. Pero nasa negative. So, yung drawing natin is pa ganito po. Okay, so that is the shear diagram. So, bakit natin kailangan mag-drawing pa niyan? Kasi po, kailangan natin ng value ng maximum shear. Which is, na-solve po natin is around 16 meters. 16 kilonewton meters. Ito po yung nasa pinakataas. Okay, so, meron na tayong maximum shear. Mmax, which is equivalent to 16 kilonewton meter. Dito po yan, no? Yan po. Baka kasi nalilito kayo saan yung galing. So, solve na natin yung FB. We have MC over I. So, from our figure, meron tayo nito. Dito na tayo titingin. So, meron tayong C, which is equivalent to 100 na po, no? Kasi yung neutral axis natin is nasa gitna, nasa centroid. So, 200 divided by 2, so we have 100. And at the same time, yung I po natin is meron po tayong equation na I equivalent to BH cube over 12. So, yan po yung gagamitin natin dito. Okay, ilalagay na po natin dito lahat yung ating given. So, meron po tayong M or moment which is equivalent to 16 kilonewton meter po yan, no? So, naka-meter po tayo. So, kailangan natin i-convert lahat into meters lahat. So, 16 times yung C po natin is 100 mm. No, C is equivalent to 100 mm. Pero kung i-convert natin to, ito is equivalent to 0.1 meters. Okay, and then para sa I naman po, meron po tayong equation na BH cube over 12. Ilalagay na po natin yung given dito, no? So, yung base natin is, ilan nga yun? 120. Or kung in meters po, 0.12. Yung height naman po natin is 0.2 cube over 12. So, for this one, i-recta na natin dito, no? 0.12, 0.2 cube over 12. Okay, so solving for this one, 0.1 divided by 0.12 times 0.2 raised to 3 divided by 12. Meron po tayong 20,000. FB is equivalent to 20,000 kilopascal. Okay? So, kung i-convert natin into mega, para maging mega, magdi-divide lang tayo ng 1,000. No? So, magiging po siyang FB is equivalent to 20 megapascal. So, kahit alam naman po dito yung sagot, as long as tama, acceptable naman po siya. Ito po yung final answer natin dito sa problem number 2. Screenshot the problem, and then this one is the solution. So that's it. I will be giving you a problem set in the Moodle, so please check your Moodle for the problem set. Thank you.